Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So today we're taking a look at the new dialogue system coming to Fallout 76 with Wastelanders in a little over a month, and a couple of other bits and pieces we've got to look forward to over the weekend. So let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Okay then, inside the vault, Wastelanders dialogue system preview. So, been known for a while this is obviously coming. We've seen a few little bits and pieces in the past, taking a look at screenshots, things like that. So we've got an idea of a little bit of what to look forward to with the dialogue system. Let's take a look at what they've got for us today. So, flex your social skills in Wastelanders. For the last year, you've been working to rebuild America and beat back the Scorched Plague with very limited human contact. Very limited indeed. Now the time has come to brush up your charisma. Little deceptive, that line, so bear that in mind for the moment. People are about to return to Appalachia in droves, and you're going to need to rely on your conversational prowess if you want to get to know your new neighbours. Whether you want to learn about what life was like outside of Appalachia, which will be very interesting, I'm very into that, and warn others about the dangers you've encountered since you left the vault, or just making new friends, the dialogue system coming with Wastelanders update is going to play a crucial role as you navigate this next chapter in your survival story. Yeah, finding out more about what's going on outside of Appalachia and in the immediate aftermath of the bombs, because after this point we're 21, 22 years after the bombs fell, so it's much closer to the war than we're used to seeing. So hearing how people are doing, how people are surviving and their experiences will be really interesting. I'm looking forward to finding out more about that. It's very cool. Yeah, also we're not that far away from Washington DC either. It's not an unachievable trek, as the settlers at Spruce Knob, which is going to become Foundation, will confirm, because they're a DC construction crew, or were, if I understand correctly. So it should be very interesting to find out more about that. But choose your words wisely. So we've got a decent look here at a screenshot of the conversation system on PC clearly here. So we've got the previous conversation options from the look of it up in the top left corner there, which is cool. As well as the current set of dialogue options, which is great. Looks like we're inside the Wayward there, I'd guess. The background looks pretty similar to the shots we've seen in there before, although this particular individual is different. Looks like he's got a bit of an attitude problem. And as I said, the charisma thing that we saw just before is a little deceptive, because you can see there, charisma is an option. It's one of the special stats you can use to open up new unique dialogue options, depending on how you spec your character. But as you can also see from this, luck is an option on there as well. So the other special stats you've got available are also relevant to the conversation system. So strong character can take advantage of that to perhaps intimidate. Somebody who is particularly perceptive can presumably find out hidden information or detect people in a lie, that sort of thing. Charisma is obviously persuasion, things like that, so on and so forth. And in this case, luck is you happen to spot something wrong with a guy's gun, and if you're lucky enough, you can throw him off. So choose your words wisely. Whenever you're chatting up your favourite ally, a faction leader, or one of the many other characters you will meet during your adventures, you'll be able to choose from a variety of response options. The words you employ during your conversations with others can at times be even more powerful than your favourite weapons. Can they though? I've got some pretty powerful favourite weapons. The decisions you make may help you forge alliances, find alternate ways to get something done, or even have an impact on your reputation with the settlers or raiders. So, in short, not a great deal in there that we wouldn't have expected. It's a dialogue system, it works like a dialogue system, we've seen these before. So, good to see that it works the way we'd expect. It's basically one of the big things the game has been missing since it was first launched, so what we want is clearly coming there, which is great to see. So, the new faces aren't the only ones who are interested in having discussions with you. This is very cool as well. We've revisited some of our existing NPCs like Rose, Modus, and others to outfit them with dialogue. While the quests they send you on will be the same as they are in the base game, because that's not changing after all, it's still there. How you interact with it might change a little bit, but the base story that as it is will be remaining. We hope that your interactions with them along the way will feel more flavourful and fun than before. So it looks like basically you're continuing the conversations you could have with various robot NPCs up to date, but you've got a few more options to choose from and a little more characterization in there. Taking a look at a shot of Rose here, it looks like we've got a few reactions that I think people will be very ready for. I know Rose's run around quests during the main story are not everybody's favourite thing. They're quite entertaining, but once you've done them, if you're coming back to repeat them on another character, yeah, they get a bit repetitive. You've got a few options there to reflect that now. So you can give her apparently a set of keys, or we can tell her we're not very enamoured of a wild goose chase, or comment on the state of the raider's mental health, which is probably quite legitimate under the circumstances. Don't forget, as a default dweller, you are special. Depending on how you've allocated points into your special attributes, you will sometimes find that you can pull off conversational feats that others cannot. For example, you may be able to convince someone to give you a weapon, find solutions to problems more quickly, or just know what to say to ease tensions during a tough moment. So, basically what we covered before. So, take control of the conversation. As part of the dialogue system, we've also added a few controls that can help you make the most out of your conversations with other characters. This is a little something we've not had in previous Fallout games, and I'm really pleased to see. It's a good little feature. You can keep track of everything that's said using the new history option at the bottom of the screen. You see it's on H for hide history, and presumably the same one to toggle it on as well. This can be toggled on or off to show up to 8 rows of dialogue subtitles at any given time. If you're replaying conversation or just want to get to your responses more quickly, you can skip each of the NPCs' individual lines to help speed things along. Finally, you can adjust the camera angle during your conversations whenever you'd like to get a better view of the person you're speaking with. So being able to skip things is kind of par for the course. It's standard, especially once you've run through it a few times. On the other hand, if you're skipping the first time while you're playing an RPG, but nonetheless, that we'd expect. The history thing's really cool. Sometimes when you're getting into a conversation, you might get distracted or miss a line or something, and being able to review previous sort of nuances of the conversation will help better inform your choices when they come up. So that's really, really cool to have. I like that idea. 8 rows is a little way back, but not over the top, so yeah, that looks good. And of course, if you don't want that and it's just cluttering up your screen, you can hide it, which is also great as well. And being able to adjust the camera as you go at any point so you can get a better view is cool, because sometimes the sort of angles that the game gives you are a bit iffy. If your NPC moves around, Rose is a good example here as well. She'll float around the room sometimes. And if that's happening while you're in conversation and the angles change and you can't really get a good look at them, it can end up being a bit weird. So being able to change that is quite good. And I don't know if you can hide the UI very easily during a conversation. Probably not. It would probably mean you can't advance the conversation, actually. But you never know. It might be good for screenshots as well. So always good to see. Yeah, a nice little feature, that one, I think. So, just a quick overview of the conversation system. Not vast amounts of things we didn't already know. A couple of little fun points. The history and being able to adjust the camera angle is good. A little reiteration of a couple of points that some people have missed from what I gather, with things like different special effect abilities rather having different impacts on conversations. So good to see that reiterated there, gone over again. So yeah, looking at a couple of other points we've got for the weekend that are coming up. Bethesda Game Days. So Bethesda out and about again. They are at PAX East. Have to think about that one. This weekend, along with a number of other people, including Larian Studios, who have just debuted gameplay from Baldur's Gate 3, which looks awesome. So I'll be covering that over the weekend. Do watch out for that one. But tomorrow, Friday, Bethesda will be taken to the stage at 2 p.m. in Boston, which is, about 7, 8 over here, somewhere around there? 7, I believe. Wherein they will be having a panel showing us some more gameplay from Wastelanders and giving us a bit more information as well, which will be very, very cool to see. So do watch out for that one. Obviously, that's something else I will be covering over the weekend. I have to keep an eye out. It'll be tomorrow, in and around dodging work, as per. But something to look forward to. Be good to get a bit more information. And Jeff Gardner, one of the project leads on Fallout 76, has already said on Twitter that there will be new gameplay tomorrow. So something to very, very much look forward to. You can head over to Twitter as the easiest option, but if you want to find the links to the various streams of that, if you can't be there yourself. But it will be available on YouTube, Twitch and Mixer, and possibly some other places as well. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but plenty of options if you do want to watch something yourself. Otherwise, do watch out, catch my video over the weekend, because that should be well worth a watch. And beyond that, we have a double XP event running this weekend, which should be ready to roll by the time this video goes up. In fact, probably even by the time I'm recording it. So, as per usual, across all particular game modes, private worlds, nuclear winter and adventure mode, we've got double XP running through till Monday, which will be lunchtime on Monday over in the US, so that will be what, tea time over here. As per usual, double XP on everything you do, which is always nice to have. Nice little run up towards Wastelanders. Give the opportunity to level up any new characters you might want to get ready ahead of the launch in a little over a month. So, short and sweet, not vast amounts of new information here. It's sort of reiterating what we already knew, and a couple of little tidbits quite cool as well. So, always nice to see. Definitely looking forward to getting my opportunity to get sunk into Wastelanders. It's what, 5 weeks away now, 6 weeks away, somewhere in that region. So, very, very excited for that. Can't wait. Hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. I've also done something a little bit different with this video, so if you guys can catch what that is, then let me know in the comments and tell me what you think. Interested to see if you can spot the difference. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments what you thought of the little preview of the conversation system and whether or not you're looking forward to Wastelanders and all that good stuff. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider dropping subs and likes. It's very, very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description as well as you're scrolling past. So if you want to catch up with me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, you can do that. And as always, keep an eye out for live streams. I've not unfortunately had the time to do one this week. I've had a few things on the go at once, so a bit unfortunate, but fingers crossed we'll be resuming that in the early part of next week. But for now, I'll say thank you very much for watching. If you have really, really enjoyed the content, please do consider becoming a channel member as well. Support is hugely appreciated. I'll say for now, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful weekend, and I will be speaking to you all very, very soon.